Hello, welcome to Ruben AI channel. So I wanted to show you what I was able to do with Claude Design. I was actually able to design my dream mobile app. So a few years ago, I had a startup named MYGAZ. So I had this device that I wanted to make. That I made actually, I made the device, and then the device actually an IoT device that is attached to a gas cylinder, and then there was a kind of mobile app. So let me just show you quickly the previous mock-up of the mobile app. So we actually designed the app. This is actually the device that we made, and then we have this mobile app. Let me just try to play. Okay, yeah. So we have this dashboard, and then we have the mobile app. Yeah, I think that is it. Yeah, is it. Okay, you can actually see the mobile app. All right. So the screen that you can actually see on the mobile app is actually this screen that was actually made by our developer. So that was actually a few years ago, and then I heard about Claude Design. All right, so I heard about Claude Design. I said, okay, yeah, let me just try. So I just out of guessing if it's going to work. Then what happened is that I came to Claude Design. I say followed a mockup and get inspired to create a cutting edge mobile app interface for for a smart device that monitor gas level and offer services related to gas like gas delivery. So I gave Claude Design the PDF markup. All right. So maybe you don't know what is Claude Design, what I'm talking about here. Let me just go and do some little bit of research about Claude Design. So this is actually Claude Design, introducing Claude Design by Anthropic Labs. So it was just released like by the time I'm making this video, it was released like 3 days ago. We are the 20th of April, 2026, sorry. And then they actually released this feature that is called Claude Design. So you can actually come to this link, all right? So Claude Design, Anthropic Labs, or you just tap Claude Design on your browser, then you're going to land on this page. So they are giving a lot of description, what is Claude Design, all right? Let me just open the landing page of Claude Design, by the way, so that we can actually see how it's looking like when you're going to land. So who can have access to Claude Design? I think Claude Design is accessible to all users with the pro subscription, I think. Yeah. Let me just see it all at once. Okay, let's check it. Claude Design. We are going to come back to what I did. Maybe you can actually get inspired with it. All right, so let's come back to the introduction of Claude Design. So I think they said something related to who can have access to it. Okay, Claude Design is powered by our most capable vision model, Claude Opus 4.7, and is available in research preview in Claude Pro. So if you're a free user, you cannot have access to it. You need to have a pro account, a master plan, a team plan, an enterprise subscriber. All right, so that's what you actually need. So what can you design with Claude Design? So you can actually have a realistic prototype, all right, product wireframe and mockup, design inspiration, pitch deck and presentation, marketing collaterals, and frontier design. So maybe it's in the next few videos I'm going to check how it's possible to do this kind of things, right? Okay, let's come back to our presentation of Claude Design. So this is how the landing page is looking like, and you can have your design here. You can have few examples. So this is actually how I started it. I came here on few examples, then I scrolled down. I was actually looking really exploring what is this new feature of Claude Design. Then I landed to this page where they say app onboarding. Then I say use this prompt. So I click on use this prompt. Soon I landed on this landing page of app onboarding. What I did is that actually came here to attachment. All right. So I actually went to my download. So this is where my PDF mockup is fine. And by the way, that PDF mockup was actually made on Canva. Right, so I designed it on Canva a few years ago. All right, so as soon I attach the PDF attachment. So what happened is that I actually gave this prompt, follow the mockup and get inspired. So this actually was one of my prompt alongside with the PDF mockup. So this is actually the splash screen, and then you have the pair device screen, and then you have the register. So it's actually following. Let me just put this one aside like this and bring this screen like this so that we can actually visualize each screen according to the PDF mockup. So this is actually just a PDF, right? So you can see he was able to know that we have a splash screen. And by the way, I have to give him my logo. So let me just come scroll down there. This is what actually this is a follow. So actually Claude went through his own process, asked me some few questions. All right. So I answered some of those few questions. I don't know if it's still accessible. No, it's not accessible. So he asked me some few questions and I answered those questions. All right. Then he started building his screen. Right. He actually gave me a third result that I was actually not happy with. Then I said rename the app because actually he called my app Ember. Then I said my app is MYGAZ. And then I gave him also the logo, right? This our logo. Then I gave him the logo for MYGAZ. And then I added, yeah, this is the place where actually I think I gave the logo, I think somewhere, all right. Oh yeah, that's it. That's it. This is where I actually gave him the logo. And then I also gave him my brand color. So this is actually my brand color. All right. These are the two brand color. And then after that, I was also happy with because there was a section. There's a section in the mobile app where you have to select the vendor. All right. So which cylinder are you using? Which brand are you using? Then it was not having these images. So I have to give him each images, all right, so each attachment, so okay, each design. So then I submitted it. Okay, I said I attached for icon in the app. I added the 6 vendors icon. You will match with their file name. Okay, you can actually see when I'm hovering here, you can actually see the name. So it was able to match for which container here was actually matching with the screen. All right, with the attachment. Okay, so this is actually how it was just pretty like 1 hour design, so it didn't take me that much long. All right, I didn't. So I think the biggest effort was actually on actually building this mockup on Canva. That was I did it a few years ago. And then I was not actually sure that of the level of fidelity of accuracy that Claude was able to achieve. So I have a booking that I have also the tracking where you can actually track their delivery order. And then you have my profile, you have a setting where you can, actually it's actually pretty very good, right? So this is actually the home screen of the mobile app. So this is actually the home screen. Let me just enlarge it here. Okay, this is actually a home screen. Okay, when I click here, I'm going to view the gas level, and then I can actually view the usage. So you have also the navigation button here where I can go from home, I can go to statistic, I can place order, I can have access to my profile. So this is actually something really, really, really impressive. And then what I think I did next, I'm going to show you in the next video, you can hand off to Claude Code. So it's actually giving you the prompt. All right. So I did it. All right. Let me just come here, implement gas. So it's actually did it. All right. I think in the next video, I'm going to show you in more detail how it's actually implementing each of the screen and maybe deploy the mobile app. All right. Actually, we are living in the age where I think I have a good design mindset, but I'm not a trained graphic designer, or let's say how do they call them again, front-end designer. I'm not that I didn't train myself into it. All right, so I did this mobile app out of my guess because I was the product owner. I knew what I wanted, but you can actually see this is actually not really inside. It's not actually well designed compared to what we have here with Claude Design, right? So let's come back to Claude Design. Yeah, that's it. So you can see the level of details and adjustment Yeah, so you actually see the splash screen is actually really impressive. So like I say, I don't have an account. It's going to bring me to the login screen. All right. So I think guys, we are living on a new age now, where the most difficult thing is not going to be how to build, it's going to be how to market. I think I'm going to take a guess. I'm going to take a lead here and build this mobile app. Maybe to launch the startup again and show it here on my YouTube channel. Okay, thank you guys. Please subscribe to the channel. I'm going to make some few tutorial video. I think I'm going to be more committed to the channel to make some small tutorial and then go to Claude Design. All right. So if you have a mock-up, something that you did before, you can submit it to Claude Design. So you can come here also on the on picking which let's come back to I think yeah, this is the welcome screen. So you can actually pick one of the design that's already here. All right, so you can say you can start from there, and or you can actually come here and say what you want to do to give the name of the project. All right. We have some few templates. All right, so on the next video I think I'm going to go deeper, but I really wanted to show you what I was able to achieve with Claude Design. I'm actually very impressed of what was able to be achieved here. And also I didn't show something. Let me just show. Okay, there was something here. No, I think yeah, I could change the color. Oh, okay, let me just give me a moment. There was a kind of, yeah, that is it. So I could actually monitor the level, like see, all right, you actually see that I didn't specify that you should change the color as soon the level of the gas inside the cylinder is getting low. All right, so I didn't actually give this specification. He actually thought it by himself. So also you can change the accent of the mobile app, or I can put it in the green or on the green design part. All right, so or you can keep it in this blue, red, right? So actually, yeah, well, it's quite impressive what Claude is actually giving us here. So thank you guys on watching this video, and see you on the next part. And please subscribe, please, to my channel.